No way, more soup?
There's more soup.
There's more where this came from?
Today we're going to teach you how to make our amazing pumpkin soup recipe. So come on and we'll get started.
Howdy, and welcome to the RSC Ranch, where you will experience our journey of running a family business, caring for animals, and doing life together. Subscribe now and be inspired here at the RSC.
Hey, and welcome to a new thing that we're going to be doing here on our RSC YouTube channel. We wanted to invite you into actually a little bit deeper into our lives, where we're going to be showing you our kitchen and what we eat. And the reason I am passionate and excited to show you some of the recipes that we have made staples in our house is because working and living on a ranch, we're super busy. Oftentimes we do not have time to cook, and but I want to eat very nutritiously and clean. We haven't gotten into it on any of the videos, but my son and I suffer from a ton of different allergies, and we've actually really dramatically improved our health, improved our allergies, improved our just way that we feel and complete life over the way we've changed our eating habits. So today I would like to show you one of my quick-ish dinners and that use all whole ingredients and really clean and really delicious, but also pretty quick and super easy. The first thing we're going to be making today is a homemade pumpkin soup. I'm going to be making it from scratch, but I'll also show you how you can use canned pumpkin in case you don't want to take that extra step. So let's get started. Now that I've got my pumpkin cut in half, I'm gonna go ahead and scoop out the seeds, and today we're gonna just feed these seeds to the chickens, but it's really easy to look up a recipe to toast those seeds as well. We happen to eat a lot of squashes and pumpkins in our house, so our kids get a little bit tired of the excessive amounts of pumpkin seeds. The other thing I wanted to state is that I like to use a homegrown pumpkin, the organic ones that I find at our local grocery store, and they're grown locally here. So that's where this pumpkin came from. Now that I have cooked my pumpkin at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes, the pumpkin itself is going to separate from the outside skin, and it becomes really easy to scoop out. And I'm going to place it in my Vitamix blender, and I'm going to blend it up to make pumpkin puree to add to my soup. All right, the next step is we are going to be adding bacon to our pumpkin soup. It makes it delicious. I like to use an uncured bacon that we get from our local grocery store. I've also found that it's really easy to use clean kitchen shears to cut up your bacon instead of trying to cut it on a cutting board. This saves me a ton of time and makes it really easy. So that's how I like to get my bacon into a pan. We're gonna cook the bacon in the bottom of the same pan that we're going to use for the soup. And that's so that we can keep back the drippings from the bacon. This is the most unhealthy part of the recipe, probably. But it is delicious. So today I'm using some bacon that we bought from the store. Most of the time what we try to do is use bacon from pork that was raised here on the ranch. So if you'd like to check out our video on pork processing, you can see where the pork comes from. So especially the bacon here, it comes from the pork belly. And on our other video where we talk about pig processing, you can see how the belly is prepared so that we can make bacon out of it. add garlic to our pan. I love garlic, so most recipes that I have kind of been making this soup recipe off of call for just 2 cloves of garlic. No way, man. We're going to use like an entire handful of garlic. Garlic's really good for you, and so we're going to use a whole bunch. Okay, so I'm adding a bunch of garlic to our dinner, to this amazing soup recipe. We cook for a lot of people, and I have to cook fast. And the reason for that is because we're outside all day, every day with guests. A lot of times I don't get into the house before 6, 7, 8. It has been as late as 11 o'clock at night. But I like to cook real meals. So I do try to make it as quick and painless as possible. So we're just gonna add, you know, as much garlic as you feel like. It's gonna taste amazing. All right, my next ingredient is going to be chicken broth. We need 3 cups of it. This happens to be exactly 3 cups of it. Normally, we actually use a chicken stock that I make myself from the chickens that we process here on the ranch. If you would like to see how to process your own chickens, you can also check back and look at our chicken processing video that we have. If I'm not using our chicken stock, I'll use an organic, totally organic chicken stock that has really nothing else in it. So this just has chicken, water, and carrots, and that is it. So I think it's really important. That's what kind of we mean by eating clean, is that we have few ingredients and as organic and pure and as close to the natural form as possible. And I can't get the lid off. Next, I'm adding 2 cups of my pumpkin puree. Next, I'm gonna add a cup of coconut milk. My coconut milk, so I use organic coconut milk with absolutely nothing else added to it. So oftentimes it's not smooth and creamy like other canned coconut milks when you add Gour gum or other ingredients to make it more creamy. It looks cooler, but it's not quite as healthy for you. So, or at least my body doesn't tolerate the additives. So we're gonna use a cup of whole coconut milk, and it's gonna be kind of chunky, and there we go. Kind of chunky and not all one layer, but that's okay. It'll become all, once it melts down, it'll be all liquided. Once it melts down, it will be all liquid. All right, my last ingredient is gonna be Mansmiths Seasoning. I can't tolerate a lot of seasonings that have a lot of additives in them. This stuff is amazing. It's very local to San Benito County. You can order it online though, if any of you are watching outside of San Benito County. But it is amazing. So it's a mixture of a bunch of different spices and seasonings. Pretty much, it definitely has a lot of salt and pepper in it. So again, I don't have a lot of time. I've kind of learned that with things like this recipe, you don't have to be exact. We love this seasoning. With a lot of work that we do, well, we do a lot of work all day outside in the sun. We need a lot of salt. So I'm not concerned about putting too much salt in because we can definitely use it. There we go. So I'll just kind of cover the top. But definitely, when you're at home, you should just taste whatever like salt and pepper you want to add, or maybe you have a favorite kind of seasoning that's more savory. You could also take this particular soup and make it sweet with cinnamon, and even adding some coconut sugar to it would make it very sweet, and just add it to taste. Keep tasting it and see till you like the flavor. This is the last step to my minimal ingredient pumpkin soup. We as a family, just like I mentioned earlier, we have several allergies. that we have really mitigated with our diet and with our food choices. And so basically with our family, we don't eat very much dairy. If we do, we just eat raw milk that comes straight from the cow. We don't eat any gluten, and then we try to eat everything in its whole form. So a lot of people mention or have told me, oh, that's the Whole30 way of eating, and I haven't looked into Whole30, but it sounds like that. We just really try not to eat a lot of things that come in a box or have a lot of preservatives or anything added to them. We just like the whole, raw, natural ingredient. Thanks for joining us. Now that it's 8 p.m. here on the ranch, we're finally able to sit down as a family and eat dinner. So we're very excited. This is one of our favorite meals, and we hope that you get to have a wonderful dinner with your family as well. We'll see you next time.
If you enjoy this video, we'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe and leave a comment about what you might like to see in future videos. We'll see ya back on the ranch.